Who would have thought a sporting event's halftime show could have a bigger impact than the game itself? Well, the Super Bowl halftime show does exactly that. In 2024, Usher brought in an audience of 180 million worldwide, the biggest ever in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first edition of the Super Bowl was held in 1967 when the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Los Angeles. Because of the sheer size of the event, organisers wanted to put on entertainment at halftime for the fans in the stadium. It was a display of marching bands, dancers and pure USA patriotism, and that was the theme that followed for years. In the 1980s, the Walt Disney Company got involved and we started seeing some interesting and questionable displays. But we got our first glimpse of halftime shows to come in '93 when none other than Michael Jackson stunned fans with his 15-minute medley of his own smash hits. When he walked out on stage, he had to wait for the crowd's cheers to die down for about 2 minutes before even starting his first song. Diana Ross, Gloria Estefan, Phil Collins all starred in their own shows, as did Aerosmith, who performed alongside NSYNC. Things got a little bit out of hand in 2004 when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson produced perhaps the most famous or infamous wardrobe malfunction in history. Shows from the likes of Prince, Lady Gaga and Beyoncé are considered by critics as the best. To give you an idea of the scale of things, Rihanna's 2023 halftime show included roughly 800 people. These ranged from backing dancers to stage crew to camera operatives broadcasting to millions around the world. The whole stage for that show was built in roughly 8 minutes and was broken down and cleared away in the same time. The acts perform for free nowadays, even though the experts reckon it costs around $13 million to put on Rihanna's show. Artists know they'll rocket up the charts in the following weeks.
Welcome to it, Saturday Night Radio on talkSPORT. It's a Sports Bar Weekend and I'm Adam Catterall. Jermaine Pennant is alongside me. The phone lines are well and truly open for you. 03717 223344. Yes, FA Cup action has kind of dominated the talkSPORT output throughout the course of the day. Everything kind of going to plan, but some good games, some good entertaining stuff, especially in the Wrexham-Chelsea game and what we've just seen there between Manchester City and Newcastle. All the fallout to that is well and truly now your say-so. 03717 223344. A bit of action going on as well in the Championship today and a little bit further down the football pyramid. If your team have done a bit and you want to have a little bit of a chat about it, you're more than welcome to come and join us. We're also going to be previewing everything that's coming up tomorrow across the talkSPORT network. More FA Cup action. Where will there be an upset in this round? Will we get an upset in this round? 03717 223344. It's a Sports Bar Weekend on talkSPORT. How are you, Jay? You good?
I am fantastic.
That's big.
No,
Any reason?
Yep. Because tomorrow evening, I'm hopping on a plane and I'm heading to Maldives.
There you go. How to wee on everybody's bonfire on a Saturday night. Going on my holidays for a week, yeah? So what is it, 30 degrees plus, something like that?
Probably, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Probably 30s, late 30s.
Swimming around, swim up bars, eating.
I'll have my Speedos on.
That's too much for people on a Saturday night. Too much for people on a Saturday night. Listen, your team did the business yesterday, didn't they? Overturning what happened midweek against Wolves in the league. They did the business last night to progress through to the next stages of the FA Cup, beating Wolves by 3-1. Everything's kind of gone to plan today. Obviously, Arsenal coming through against Mansfield, who gave them a right good go lunchtime today. We saw Wrexham giving Chelsea a right good go as well. And Man City taking care of Newcastle with a good second half display, even first half, but a Manchester City dominant second half. They're getting the job done, winning the game by 3-1. So everything going, I suppose, with the betting favourites. There might be some upsets tomorrow, and you're more than welcome to come and talk about it. 03717 223344. One of the big questions that we were asking last night regarding your lot, Liverpool.
Yep.
What is success this season? A few fans were ringing in last night. Obviously, off the back of winning the league, you would have anticipated to be there or thereabouts with the dough that was spent. That's not necessarily been the case, but there seems to be a little bit. Last night, anyway, in that second half, there seemed to be signs there that Liverpool could maybe do something in this cup competition, maybe in the Champions League competition. Do you think you need to win a trophy and qualify for the Champions League for it to be something that you can have a conversation at the end of the season and say, Arne Slot's our guy for next year?
First of all, I think, well, no, they have to. I don't think they have to finish top 4 or 5.
They've got to qualify Champions League.
They've got to qualify for Champions League spot, minimum, bare minimum. To be a success, the only way this season will be a success if they win the Champions League.
Wow, that's big. Not even FA Cup? So if they win the FA Cup, that's two trophies in 2 seasons for Arne Slot. Champions League qualification by finishing top 4, top 5?
What is no? If they win the FA Cup, they could win the FA Cup and not finish Champions League. But would you say it's a success? I wouldn't say it's a success after winning the Premier League. Because what we're seeing right now, I can't see anything. I can't see them finishing in top 5. But yeah, Champions League, I don't think winning the FA Cup would be a massive success.
So what does that mean for Slot?
I think he's gone regardless. I think next season he won't be in charge.
Okay. Do you know something we don't know?
No, I'm just going by what my eyes are telling me, what my eyes show me. I cannot see how next season he will get a massive improvement from this team. It's a good team. It's a good team. If you had someone in a different manager maybe in charge, you could probably get a different tune out of it. Get Alonso.
You're hell bent on Xabi Alonso, aren't you? You want Xabi Alonso in, and you think he would be able to get a tune out of these lads to the extent where they'll be challenging for the league next season?
I would say so. For one, he knows at the back of his hand how to get the best out of Florian Wirtz. He knows Frimpong, how he plays, his strengths and weaknesses. Slot's still trying to figure it out. We still seen players all over the place, and he still don't know who's where, what. He plays Dominic Szoboszlai right back, where he should never play there. That's taken a lot of.
Is he not forced to do that though?
No, not really.
What's the other option?
Put Curtis Jones there. Put Frimpong there. Put Gomez there.
Yeah, but with all due respect, Frimpong isn't a right back. He's more of an attacking player, isn't he?
All right, fair enough.
Curtis Jones isn't a right back. I know that Szoboszlai's not, but he's a good footballer, so therefore maybe he's got a better brain to play there.
But I would rather, if you say to me, okay, we're going to take either Curtis out of the midfield or we're going to take Szoboszlai out of the midfield and play one of them in a different position, I'm keeping Dominic Szoboszlai in that midfield because he gives you energy. He gets up and down. He can tackle. He can,
He's a better player. He's a better player than Curtis.
What I'm saying is that there's not a massive drop-off in Curtis playing right back and then Dominic playing right back. There's not a massive difference in both them playing at right back in that position, but there's a big difference in both of them playing in the midfield.
Okay.
So I'd rather have...
So you need a change. You need to change your manager.
Well, what we're seeing is how is he going to get a better tune next season?
Well, players come back. You've got to take into consideration what happened in the summer, right? Yes, people go on and say Liverpool spent a lot of money. But they also lost players. They lost players in the transfer market, and they lost a player through a horrific tragedy, which is going to affect quite a lot of players who were friends with Diogo Jota. So therefore, how have they dealt with that? Are they still grieving? Are they being able to perform to the levels that they performed at the season previous? I would say that they wouldn't. I think that this summer, I know that some of them are off to the World Cup, so therefore football's not going to stop. But this summer will be a place where they can then reset and come again for the new season. You've also got a lad that you spent, how much you spend on Isak? 150 million quid, were it? He's been out with a broken leg. I know that he didn't set the place on fire when he was actually playing, but a clear understanding of what Slot is looking for in the new season and a good pre-season with all these lads could then
you're gonna
turn the fortune.
You're going to get good players coming back, But there's no point having good players if you've got a certain style of play that's not benefiting the team.
But this wasn't the style of play last year.
Because he didn't really implement his style. He came in with like baby steps. He didn't.
Okay.
He came into a team ready set, and he's not going to just turn it upside down. He's like, you know what? Let's just. Klopp's left his DNA. He's left his stamp here. Let's just roll with this and let's tweak a few things here and there. Then next season he's had a full season, won the league. Then we're starting to see his style of play. Like in the first year, we saw it a little bit. He's slow play. He wants to build it from the back, possession, keep the ball more, possession based more. And then now we're seeing it even more. We've gone further back. So I just don't think. From what I'm seeing, listen, I don't want no manager to get sacked. I don't want no manager from Liverpool. I want them all to do well. But my eyes and what the fans and what we see week in, week out, doesn't matter who we've got in the team. I think he will play a certain style of way. And it's just not working.
Okay. 03717 22 33 Get in contact with the show. What have you made of the other FA Cup games that have taken place today?
Yeah, I thought literally it was proper FA Cup football. It was Mansfield's scoring was absolutely fantastic against Arsenal, scoring against Arsenal. For the fans, for the players, some of them will never have that opportunity, and that'll probably be the most memorable game in their careers. And Wrexham giving Chelsea a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think the red card has kind of killed that game.
Well, I've got a bee in my bonnet, and I'm going to share that bee in a minute. But lots of people obviously giving us a call, and as we always say on Saturday night, your show as much as it is ours. Alan, you're a City fan, aren't you?
I certainly am, my friend. I am just jumping back in my car now. I've just come out of St James's Park. Absolutely superb tonight, City. Absolutely brilliant. I've come up with my lad. And I've got to admit, after 10-15 minutes when we were 1-0 down, I was thinking they were all over us. And I thought, it's going to be a long night and a long trip back to Manchester. But Newcastle just stopped, and City were just absolutely. Savino tonight has probably had one of his best games I've seen him have for us. Absolutely brilliant. Jones Stones rolling back the years, coming back into the team tonight. I think one of the most underrated centre backs at Man City is Kushinov. I think for me, with his pace, he gives us that Kyle Walker kind of option that we used to have when we were really good.
Al, what it is, I think you say underrated, right? He's 21 years of age, so he's been brought in. He's still a baby. He's still learning the game, and I think there is a few naiveties about him. When he made his debut, obviously he had a bit of a shocker, didn't he? But you're right. Yeah. He's got pace, physicality. It's absolutely there. Once he learns how to read a Premier League football match, I think he's going to be absolutely superb. You're right to point out Stones tonight. I thought he was mustard, and the two wide lads. They were, especially in the first half, they were causing all sorts of problems. That is what Manchester City absolutely need, that type of performance. I know the result's great, but they need that type of performance to give Pep Guardiola a little bit of a headache when it comes to selection going into that Real Madrid game on Tuesday, because I would have thought that his selection on Tuesday would have been quite straightforward. Tonight, there's a few lads that have gone, hang on, I'm still here. Pick me, put me in that team.
Do you think this performance was on the back of the draw at Forest?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think Pep's literally had a good old talking to them?
Yeah, because they were. Listen, Al, were you there at the Forest game?
I certainly was. And to be fair, the Forest game, you've got to look at the game and you've got to give Forest a bit of credit. But it's a naughty back heel, and that second goal's a worldie. It's a worldie, but you've been done by two pretty decent, outrageous goals.
It is, but City were flat, mate.
They could have had two penalties. I've watched the penalties. I think one of them, the Ireland one,
it's 100% a penalty. It's a penalty. It is a penalty.
And then you've got, in the last minute, Bernardo Silva. This is a game of fine margins. I walked out the ground. I've got my mate who's an Arsenal fan. I tell you what, I've been having a right laugh with them the last few weeks, because they should be miles in front and they're squirming. Yeah. And they're all thinking, and they're thinking at Arsenal they've won the league. They've only got to draw a game and we win. And this title race is, I just think there's major twists and turns in this season. And with Man City playing like that, Arsenal don't look a decent side. I think we are the most exciting team to watch in this country at the moment. But there's that little bit of inconsistency. But I think if City win all their games to the end of the season in the league, I think they'll win the league. Because I do think this Arsenal team is vulnerable. I think it'll drop points when it gets nervous.
Arsenal fans.
Go on. What's your lad called?
It's called Thomas.
Go on, Tom. Tom, I can tell you want to get on radio, Tom. Go on. What do you want to say, lad?
Don't be shy, lad.
At least we didn't scrape by Mansfield. Have the Arsenal fans. Wait, win no league, mate.
You can tell them two are like peas out of the same pod, aren't they, man? Just banter. Just them two all the way home now, just having it with each other.
Let's get through that.
Ian, Mark, you were on the receiving end of that tonight, right? City did played really, really, really well. But what did you make of Newcastle's performance? Are you there, Mark?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, sorry.
Go on, mate. What did you make of your team's performance?
Well, I was a bit perplexed, to be honest with you, and I've had a few glasses of wine, so I'll be polite. I'm not so sure that Eddie Howe. I love Eddie Howe to bits, and I think he's fantastic. But I think his decision making is quite reactive rather than proactive.
Right.
For example, 2-1 down, and then he brings Trippier off, and then he brings our left back, who's been outstanding all year, was probably our player of the year, to right back, and then it brings Tino on. And we've got like 10 minutes to go, and probably, I'm not being negative, I'm quite a positive kind of guy, is play Barcelona next week, and you think, well, we're pushing ourselves, we're punching big time. And you think, well, why don't we just throw the guy and think at it and just go for it? And I'm just thinking that putting the defender on when we're like 3-1 down, I think it's just negative. When you've got 53,000 passionate guys and women that work hard, day in, day out, put their hard-earned money out there, and all they want is just when we're really under the cosh, is just throw everything at it because they're such a passionate people. And I
understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mark, I completely understand what you're saying. I was a little bit perplexed with the tactical switch for Luis Hall as well, because I thought him and Tonali first half, especially the first half of the first half, were Newcastle's best players, and to switch him from that left-hand side and stick him on the right-hand side, I don't know whether Trippier was injured or whatever, or why they brought him off. Did feel a little bit weird because that down that left-hand side is where it felt like Newcastle were having the most success, as proven with the goal, with Harvey Barnes scoring the goal that he scored.
Yeah, but I think sometimes he's probably thought, right, we're not going to win this game. He's looking out.
Yeah, but so why switch him to right?
No, but I'm saying
right-hand side.
I don't know. But obviously it might be resting players for the
ahead of Barcelona on Tuesday.
Barcelona, which is
maybe. Listen, get your calls in. All 3717 223344. I've no doubt there's a major disappointment with Newcastle fans. Obviously, wanting a bit of a cup run there and kind of going out with a bit of a whimper in the second half. Didn't really get going. They were brilliant for the first 20, 25 minutes, but then didn't really kick on in the game. City, of course, you could say, listen, City didn't allow them to, because that's probably Manchester City's best 60 minutes of football this season. The way that they threw it around, there was many positives coming out of that game. Especially the finishing of Marmoush ahead of what is coming up on midweek against Real Madrid. He might not start because I'm sure Mr. Haaland will be waiting in the wings, ready to go again. But it's a good conundrum to have for Pep Guardiola, isn't it? 03717 223344. I want to have a bit of a moan as well about VAR in FA Cup coming in just for the 5th round. It's cost Wrexham today, that. We'll get stuck into it next.
Let's go to Lauren, who's Arsenal fan. All right, Lauren?
Oh, hi, Jamie. Sorry, it's actually Laura, the Arsenal fan.
All right, Laura.
Hi, how are you, boys?
Yeah, we're good. How are you? You feeling good?
Up the Chelsea.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've just come fresh off the back of presenting the Arsenal game on TNT and just, to be honest, really enjoyed it, Jay.
Oh, it's Woodsy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Jamie!
Woodsy, you've done it.
What's happening?
Woodsy, why is it taking you so long to phone us up?
Do you know what? I've been revelling in a brilliant season and I've just been enjoying myself.
You know what? It's bad if Woodsy's phoning us up. It's bad. Hold on. Where have you been when you've been bottling it, Woodsy? What's happened? All of a sudden you go 7 points clear and you phone us.
Jamie, I had to scroll down my phone. It took about 5 minutes to find you on the table.
Oh, Woodsy, it's a
scrolling.
Spurs ain't even played, and it's the worst night for us ever. I'm like, what is going on?
I don't even want to answer questions. I just want to ask you how you're feeling.
I'm feeling...
Woodsy, take the floor. Woodsy. I'll sit back and enjoy it. All right, take the
Woodsy,
floor.
I feel sick. I feel sick as a dog right now. Honestly.
How awful is it? How bad on a scale of like 1 to Spurs is it right now?
I can't believe I'm getting stick off Woodsy.
Woodsy, can I ask you,
talkSPORT?
Woodsy, can I ask you a question? Woodsy, do you want Spurs to get relegated?
If I had a choice of which one, is that what you're asking me?
Woodsy, answer whatever way you want, right? Do you want Spurs to get relegated?
No, I absolutely don't want Spurs to get relegated because I want to enjoy more North London derby pummeling for years to come. For years to come.
City on the charge again towards the edge of the box. Here's Mamouche, first time shot, brilliant goal. Omar Mamouche has probably won this cup tie for Manchester City. It's a terrific finish from the edge of the penalty area. One touch onto his right foot and he's hammered it beyond Ramsdale into the top corner. And Pep Guardiola now, with the anger, has turned to jubilation. And surely that's it for Newcastle United. 65 minutes played. It's Newcastle 1, Manchester City 3.
Just watching a few pictures of Pep Guardiola raging at referees. Nothing new there. The rage turned to jubilation as they beat Newcastle 3-1 and progressed through to the next stages of the FA Cup. 03717 223344. Ryan, you're a Newcastle fan, yeah?
Yes, I am, mate, yes.
Were you at the game?
I was.
Go on, mate. What's your overriding thoughts off the back of that?
We're just simply not good enough. It's the same week in, week out. The game against Manchester United, all it does is paper over cracks.
What are the cracks, mate? What are the cracks? Where are you seeing the problems?
We have no identity anymore. There's no press. There's nothing there. We are the only team in the league which I see scoring as a negative. As soon as we score, our game plan changes. We sit back, and then we come out the second half. We're crying for changes, and he doesn't do it. And I think the previous caller said, He's not proactive, he's reactive, and you're playing Voltemade out of position, and he's just getting pelters from the media constantly. And I think
why is he doing that? Like when you analyse, and listen, I'm not one to tell Eddie Howe how to manage, but when you analyse Voltemade's game, especially in the national team, he's a one-touch finish. He's very good at those one-touch finishes in and around the box.
He never has players. You never have players anywhere near him. So we've got Barnes on the left who sticks to the line. You've got Gordon who sticks to the line. Elanga.
But you need to put the ball in there for him. You need to put the ball in there for him to finish stuff.
If you look at early fixtures against Benfica, we played some of our best football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Voltemade was at the centre of everything. But
so why is that not the case now?
Target.
Why is that not the case now?
Eddie Howe doesn't know his best 11, and that's his issue.
I think what it is with Voltemade, I think it's what when you're not playing a good game, he wants him to have a good game. If he's not scoring, it's like, okay, well, then maybe let's drop him back, because he has been getting pelters in the media. So Eddie Howe was trying to...
Yeah, but you're not supplying him.
Well,
you've got... If you've got a centre forward, right, and he plays a certain way, then you've got to be able to supply to the way that he plays. You can't ask him then... You can't bring him in and then ask him to go and do a different job. Can you play as a number 10 for me?
Well, he did that with Joe Linton. Look at him. He came as a striker.
Well, yes.
And now look at him.
Joe Linton is a good midfielder. But that doesn't mean it works for everybody.
He has. I know it's weird, but he does have the attributes to play in that position. Baltimore. He's with the ball at his feet. He's good. He's tidy. Got good touches.
Not denying that.
But I would much rather prefer him in the box. He's 6'7". Get the ball in the box, just like they used to with Isak. It was down the wing, no messing about. Jacob Murphy, Gordon in the box for Isak. And for some reason, they've stopped doing that style of football.
Colin, you're a Newcastle fan, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, I'm a Geordie born and bred.
Come on, what's your overriding take?
Deflated, frustrated, confused. It's the Baltimore thing, which is... There's loads of components which aren't working well at this moment in time. So it's not signaling out one particular player, as it were, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nor is it Eddie Howe, because what he's done for her is immense. You can't really put into words what he's done for the club. So it's not a question about whether he stays or goes. It's just a question of his tactics. And the Baltimore one just confuses me, because the start of the season, they didn't have a striker up front. They were playing Anthony Gordon up there.
Yeah.
Then Baltimore comes in for a high fee as well. I mean, 69 million is a lot of money, especially for a club like Newcastle, which are dealing with PSR.
Yeah.
And then you started scoring goals, and you had about 10 goals in so many games. And then, obviously, Fisher unfortunately had the injury. And then he came back in December. And he doesn't know where to stick or twist with Baltimore, going through the sticky patch. So I think he's trying to find solutions to problems, and in doing so, he's making it more complicated.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. You're creating more problems by changing and not sticking with it and giving that consistency to the players so they know what the message is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because he's only young. I mean, I know it's 2023, he's still young in this day and age, especially when you come from a different league. And the German league is a good league, but the Premier League is a different beast in itself.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the normal type of characteristics which you would associate with Newcastle and the high press and the high play. It's not to say that he doesn't have the potential to become something. So when you start changing things regards him being a striker, is he a striker? Is he? That's always been the question. Is he a number 9? Is he a number 10? Some people say he's a 9.5 because they don't know if he is one or the other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're putting him in midfield.
Yeah.
And he's done this experiment for a few games now, and it's not working, and it's thrown the balance of the team as well. So there's certain questions regards of what he's doing, not just regards of Baltimore, but like a previous caller said, Lewis Hall has never played at right back for Newcastle. That's not to say that he can't do that. Why do you bring Dan Burn on and switch Lewis Hall? Why do you have Tino Livramento on the bench? If the player is fit to make the bench, then surely he's fit to come on.
For a certain amount of time. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, to a certain extent. You know what I mean? It's some decision making. And what you saw against Man United, especially with 10 men, I mean, that was night and day compared to the Everton performance. So it's been very much an up and down season. So there's just, I'm just questioning some of the decision making at this moment in time. I mean, the first 20 minutes was great, and then after that, Man City just imposed themselves, which you expect them to do. I mean, especially when you see the bench.
So it's ridiculous, mate. It's chalk and cheese, isn't it? I mean, the frustrating thing for you must be as well, that first 20 minutes is good. It's high energy, it's high tempo, crowd's buzzing, you're on them, and you're causing them some real problems. But then you kind of add to the problems by giving the ball away in midfield and just turning it over. I mean, these are lads that you're playing against that are really good on the football. Keep hold of it for as long as you possibly can. Don't give them back cheap.
And like everyone used to say, they were saying, and Jermaine will probably attest to this, Newcastle's midfield was one of the strongest midfields, like the Joe Linton, Bruno and Tonali.
Yeah.
Now, I know injuries have obviously Bruno's curtailed for the time being, but they're a reflection of the former selves. But Newcastle at their best is high pressing, high tempo, and you just can't put Baltimore back a square peg in a round hole, as it were.
Correct.
And it's not just down to him, but the team basically isn't functioning all over Kingston. That's why we're having a we're not just having an up and down season, we're having an up and down season within games as well.
Yeah.
So we're like that from 1 minute to the next. So it's just disappointing, really. Regards to being a fan of football, it's just the toll it takes on you emotionally. You're up 1 minute.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. 1 minute you're buzzing, 1 minute you're smiling with your mates in the boozer, next minute you're crying into your pint, aren't you? That's kind of how it is. It reminds me a little bit, right? Well, I say it reminds me a little bit. When I'm thinking of the front three from a Newcastle point of view, obviously they've lost Isak. Isak's gone, right? So you bring in this Voltemada guy, and he's a very different. He's a very different style of player. But if you remember when Liverpool, their best front three for me was Mane, Firmino, Salah. Yeah? The stars, with all due respect, the ones that were getting the plaudits were the two guys on the wing, the Manes and the Salahs of this world. They were getting the goals. They were the speedy guys. They were the guys getting in. But it always gelled together by this guy that played in the middle, that sometimes played number 9, sometimes dropped into number 10, sometimes was 9.5, picked up the odd goal here, there and everywhere, but could gel things together. Maybe that is the role for Voltemada, to be that type of number 9, but then concentrate on really focusing on the strength being the two wide guys, because they do have quick lads. They've got some good lads that play wide for Newcastle.
If you've got pace in that wide, it's dangerous.
But they've got lads that can. I mean, you've seen with Harvey Barnes tonight. Look at the finish, brilliant. If you've got pace
in the wide areas, then it's so dangerous. And they should utilise it, and that's what was one of their strengths. Last season, that's what they did really well when Isak was there. I know they don't like that word is like Voldemort over there, but that's what they were so prolific at. They was just direct. Jacob Murphy, direct, getting to the byline, putting balls into the box, and like I said, for some reason they kind of just they've stopped doing that. I don't know if it's because they don't trust Voltemada.
I think the messaging's not. I think kind of what we're listening to from the fans there. I think the messaging isn't consistent, and therefore, if you've gone last season, again, someone can come on and correct my stats here. I can't remember a sustained period where Isak didn't score goals. Right, so he might go 2 goals, 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, whatever, but then there'll be a goal. Right, so therefore, that's not going to change the thinking of the manager, isn't it? But with Voltemada, what's he gone now? He's gone quite a few games, and you get the odd goal here, there, and everywhere. Whereas at the start of the season, it was nice and consistent. Everything was going nice. And then you have a period where, score for 5. Right, we're going to have to bring him out then. We'll bring in Visa. Right, completely different player now.
Yeah.
Playing in your number 9 spot. So I just don't think the message is consistent enough. There, as a few people have just identified there, what is the identity? How are Newcastle playing? That midfield was all action. Good. Listen, good ball is in there, but all action. They're going to be about you, man.
They were a menace. They were rough. They were.
But then they knew what the direction was. When they win that ball back, they know what the direction is. We're going wide because these lads are going to do whatever they need to do, and it's going into that number 9 at some point in this attack.
Most games that they played in last year, they won in the midfield.
100%.
They dominated 100%. In the midfield. And not only did they dominate by physicality, but there was also technically good as well.
Yes. But what's the message to those midfielders now? So they're going about the business. They're winning the ball back. What's the message now? Well, keep it. Let's go back. But
I think that's just the way that, for some reason, that's the way the football's going at the minute.
That's not Newcastle. Newcastle don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why teams are now just doing this slow build-up play, back, side to side, trying to break teams.
Yeah, but look at the first 20 minutes tonight. Why were Newcastle successful? Because they were at it. In your face, 100 mile an hour.
I ask this
let's
question
go
all the time. Why do teams, soon as they do a certain style to get a goal, and then once they've got that goal, they ignore what they did to get the goal? If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
They all the fundamentals.
Let's change now. We're 1-0 up. Let's go defend.
Let's go.
Why?
Keep going. Keep going. You will give other teams a chance, a sniff here and there. Of course you will. You're playing against Man City and some great teams. But just keep going on that style. What got you the goal? What got you there in the first place? keep at it. And I watch teams do it, and I'm like, why do you stop? Why do you all of a sudden go back 12 yards back and everyone back? It's just, why put pressure on yourself?
03717 223344. Keep your calls coming in, right? As well as obviously talking about the Newcastle Man City game, which we've just been having on talkSPORT. I want to talk a bit about that Wrexham Chelsea game. Great game of football. Really, really enjoyed it. Spoiled for me. This is just for me personally by VAR, right? Now, I know you're thinking, well, VAR got the things right. It was a sending off. It was offside. Stop that for a second. You cannot bring in a new way of refereeing and ruling over a competition halfway through the competition. The earlier rounds did not have VAR involved in the FA Cup. We didn't have it in obviously the early rounds. We didn't have it in third round. We didn't have it in the fourth round. But now all of a sudden in the fifth round, we are bringing in the use of VAR.
And teams should feel aggrieved as well who didn't have it, because they may have scored or may not be in offside.
There were moments in those rounds 3 and rounds number 4 where goals were scored that would have been chalked off.
Yeah.
Tonight, or today should I say, Wrexham have had a lad sent off because of the use of VAR. The referee on the pitch didn't send him off. The referee on the pitch booked him. But VAR has asked the referee to go and have a relook, and now it has been sent off. That has cost Wrexham. Also, Wrexham have had an equaliser chalked off because of VAR. Now, you might come at me and say, well, ultimately, it's the right answer. Maybe. But you cannot implement a new way of officiating the game halfway through a competition. You just can't do that.
I agree.
03717 223344. Your thoughts?
You're going to see me fight with a lot of passion and ferocity. I think when you're boxing a taller guy who's okay with sneaking a little split decision win or whatever else, you have to go and get him. So I'm looking forward to putting it on the line.
He knows you, you know him. There's a fair bit of mutual respect, is there, Tony?
Definitely. He's a tough fighter. He's someone who never ducked, so I respect that.
I mean, have you had history together before, as in sparring together? I know you were in the
We never spar. We never spar together. We went to the same Olympic Games, but we never spar. It was to the cruiserweight. It wasn't a cruiserweight.
Yeah. He picked up the bronze medal. You got the gold medal that year. Yeah. So it's an interesting time and an interesting clash. Did you ever think you was going to fight him?
I mean, when he went up to the heavyweight, of course, I was like, okay, maybe I can fight him, and especially because he's in the top 10, so that's a good opportunity.
How important is it getting home advantage as well? Because we was over at the Paris Olympics. You come up and done a piece for us for talkSPORT, actually, which was great. You brought your gold medal. I was hoping to see that today, by the way. But but you brought your gold medal, and it was fantastic. But they love you over there. You were sitting with the president at the time. Yeah.
I mean, it's really great for me to have the opportunity to fight in Paris. I know Frank and George Warren been telling me that they want to build something great in France too. So yeah, let's do it. I'm really, really happy about the fact that I'm going to fight in front of my public.
I mean, winning a gold medal. What has the transition been like, Tony, going from Olympic gold medalist to professional fighter?
It's really tough. It's really tough because it's not the same style of boxing.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
Got a prize here for you, Jay. You ready?
Yeah.
Listen up, you Formula One fans. We are sending you and a mate to the British Grand Prix. It's on Sunday, July the 5th. It's with full racing green trackside experience. You can forget all the general admission. We're going to get you exclusive grandstand seats, inner track access to watch the drivers roll into the paddock. You've got the whole day sorted, all day street food, fully open bar and more. It's the ultimate experience. It's completely on us. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. It'll cost you £2.50 plus your standard network rate. You can call 0343 418 7260. Lines will close on the 20th of March at 4 p.m. You've got to be over 18, UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com. Once again, your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. Best of luck.
Just texting that now, mate. Just get my phone out.
Yeah. Are you staying up tonight? Because it's a bit of Grand Prix action tonight, isn't it?
Oh,
is it 4 o'clock in the morning? Is that what it is?
4 o'clock in the morning. So I will
Would you do that one?
What?
Would you stay up to watch that?
I might not stay up, but I will set my alarm to wake me up, and then I'll watch it.
At 4 in the morning?
At 4 in the morning, live. You can't beat it live. I can
Get two
record
screens
it.
on. There's a bit of UFC on tonight as well, mate. You can have two screens there going at the same time. Beautiful stuff.
So I'll be watching Sir Lewis zing around in Melbourne.
03717 223344. Main man's here. Pat the Geezer, how are you?
How you doing, lads? All right?
We're ticking over, buddy. How are you?
Bit disappointed tonight. I do agree with you. They brought the VAR in, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Adam. The way Chelsea played tonight, they needed it, because without that, they'd have been in trouble. I can't understand how he's played the team he played tonight when we had a brilliant game during the week with Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And we look good, and yet not one player was in that team tonight.
Well,
now,
your man Garnacho, who I thought probably had his best Chelsea game against Aston Villa, he played tonight, mate, and I thought he was absolutely diabolical.
Well, I think they were all diabolical. I thought the whole lot of them were diabolical, to be honest with you. But that was he picked the team. That's down to him.
Yeah.
I understand we got a big game coming up during the week against PSG.
Yeah.
But surely to God, you'd have put the spine in there, at least done that. But he chose not to. But what can we say? I mean, we got through. We're in the act for Monday.
Thing is, he did make the changes. I know that obviously VAR plays a role in getting the lads sent off, and obviously you're playing against 10 men. But he made the change. He brought on João Pedro, and listen, he's mustard, isn't he? He's absolutely the business. So he gets the fourth goal. The job got done in the end. It just took a little bit longer than it should have done, probably.
He took one of our best players off, Adam, Atto, and then he brought João Pedro on, and again, brilliant. He scored a goal for us, and he's scoring all the time. So he's finding his feet. But now, very disappointed, Adam. I'm going to be honest with you. But listen, we're in the act, and that's what counts. Adam, before you go, the big fight. Who are you having?
Which one? Which big fight?
Waldley and Dubar.
Do you know something? It's a shootout, mate. It's an absolute dream for any fight fan, isn't it? I've backed against Fabio Wardley so many times, and I'm so reluctant to do so, but I just think he's so hittable early, and Daniel Dubois hits very, very, very hard. And it's not just like winging power. He's actually got good setup power. So I'd probably favour Daniel Dubois, but I would not be surprised if Fabio Wardley stayed in there, because he's an absolute dog of a fighter. He'll stay in and maybe get something a little bit later on in the fight.
I absolutely admire the man, you know that. But I said to you, Adam, that Dubois would get beat. Well, I said to you, I thought Dubois would be the champion.
Usyk.
And then I said that he will meet Wardley as the champion. But he didn't. Obviously, but Usyk beat him. But I said that he'd come together with Wardley. I said, and Dubois knock him out. I'm going to stick by that.
It'll be a great fight, though, won't it, Pat? Eh? What a brilliant fight.
I'll be with you boys listening to it. Have a great weekend, you boys.
Top man.
Good to hear your voice again, Jermaine.
Cheers, buddy.
See you, mate.
See you later,
Legend.
mate.
Pat the Geezer. Absolutely.
In all fairness, though, if Chelsea put out their second team, that should be enough.
Against Wrexham. That
should be enough to beat Wrexham. So, and I know some fans go, why did he put out this team? You've got to understand they are fighting for Champions League football, which is vital. And they've got a big game coming up against PSG. So
look at what happened, right? Man, with all due respect,
if they put out some big players and got injured.
Manchester City put out their second string tonight.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, their second string are still international elite footballers,
Yeah.
okay? And they've done it against Newcastle. Look at the attitude of some of those lads that played tonight, the Savinhos of this world, that have come in, taken their opportunity, really giving it everything 100% in order to put themselves in the frame with Pep Guardiola on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, when they play Real Madrid. Pick me. I want to be playing in that big game. Whereas the same opportunity was afforded to the Chelsea lads tonight, and I think a lot of them dropped the ball. Garnacho drops the ball tonight.
I tell you, and this is a thing. And when you go to a team, you know, in the Championship or like Wrexham, I'm not saying it's hard to get motivated because professional, but you go in there probably with not the same attitude as you would be playing Liverpool.
But if
or
you're a
Newcastle.
fringe player, you should. If you're on the fringes and you've got a game against PSG coming up in the midweek and you think to yourself, Gaffer's giving me a chance here. If I bang a couple in here and have a worldie, I might get some game time against PSG midweek. Should that not be the attitude?
No, it should. But I'm saying it's just sometimes your mind is going into this game. You're going, right, we're going to have a good game. I'm going to show the Gaffer. But sometimes when you get the atmosphere, it's the FA Cup. It's a small team. You're used to playing Premier League football week in, week out, right, against teams.
Used to be mollycoddled is what
right.
you used to.
And then when you go down like that, sometimes it's hard to just get motivated as you would if you were playing at the Emirates or you're playing at Old Trafford. So that's just the way it is. When I used to play in the FA Cup and you used to go to League One or thingy on a Wednesday night, it's like, oh, do you know what? Let's just get this result. And the players did. Everyone did. Just like, let's just get the job done. And sometimes, because it's the FA Cup, that's their final. So they're up for it, and you're like, you know, we think we could beat you with 80%.
Yeah.
So, and next minute you go 1-0 down, and you're like, oh my God, now we're in a fight now. So
I understand.
It happens. And when you've got these boys here, they're probably thinking, some of them probably don't even know who Wrexham is. They're probably going, all right, we're going to turn this over.
And ultimately, they did win.
Yeah.
Eventually, they
bring on the big boys, and that's what the big boys are on the bench for.
But I do think, as Pat just highlighted there, I think they've been fortunate because of the implementation of
100%.
VAR into this round of football.
Yeah, 100%. But that's why the FA Cup is so good, because you get giant killings, because the teams don't go there with the respect. They just think they're going to turn up and win. When this other team's going, right, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go all out, hammers and tongue.
03717 22 33 44. We'll keep taking your calls next.
Honestly, today, can you beat today? You went to win. Hell of a beat to the Europa League champions. Honestly, the Europa League champions. The Europa League champions. Beyonce, chicky, chicky, kicked, chicky, chicky, chicky. Can you beat chicky? You went to win. Hell of a beat the big cockerel. Honestly, the big cockerel. Saving by the stadium. There's that signing. Where is he? Can you beat that signing? You went to win. Hell of a beat the Morgan Gibbs White signing. What happened to that one? Where's he gone? Can you beat Morgan Gibbs White? You went to win. Hell of a beat to the Williams signing. Big Edge. Big Edge. Do me a favour. Can you beat Big Edge? You went to win. Hell of a beat Big Edge. AJ Tracy. Seven Sisters train station. Adele. 3-point lane. There is to do. David Horror, you're Mr. One. Hello, meeting. Chit King. Adele. Chit King. Adele. Chit King.
All
Adele.
right, all
Chit
right,
King.
all right.
Adele. You're Mr. One. Hello, meeting.
Crestfallen.
Adele.
I'm crestfallen.
Chit King. Adele.
Hello.
Chit King. Adele.
Hello.
Chit King. Adele.
Hello.
Chit King. Adele.
Hello.
Chit
All right,
Adele.
come on.
Adele.
Spurs.
Hello.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? It's the worst Tottenham side I've ever seen in the Premier League. It's the worst team I've ever seen ever.
Sports Bar Weekender on talkSPORT. I'm Adam Catterall Jermaine Pennant alongside. We're going to get back to your calls in a minute, but first and foremost, let's get up to Molineux, shall we? Not Molineux. We've been at Molineux today. That was last night, wasn't it? We're going to St James's Park is where we're going, because that's where Pep Guardiola is with Adam Bridge.
Congratulations. Newcastle United started very well. You obviously made 10 changes, but after about half an hour, your team seemed to click, 20 minutes, and it seemed to make you very happy.
Top. It's the best game I performed here in Newcastle since I'm here. So the players were outstanding. Always we talk about the first 50-20 minutes here in this stadium stuff, but always we cannot control it. But after that, when Savinho especially started to make his movements in the byline and we dropped them, it was fantastic. So we played so good, and FA Cup away against Newcastle, come on. Do me a favor, it's so complicated. And we behave like a team like we are.
What was so special about the performance tonight?
Everything. Defensively, how aggressive we are, and focusing those set pieces that are dangerous, and especially with the ball. So we play in the right spots, in the right position. We bring the ball outside many times, and the wingers were so dangerous. So, yeah, I played really good.
Is that the best Savinho has played in a Man City shirt for a while?
Yeah, Savinho is a top player. So when it will be his action finish better in terms of assist goals, will be a top class player. So it's difficult to find a winger like I have you against 1 or 2 and pop up and I dribble. Before, when you're young, Ryan Giggs or this type of players that ring it, pop up and dribble. So Savinho is one of them. But after that has to improve for the age and look more composer, more calm, to take a right decision for the pass and the shoot, because I have all the skills and qualities to do it.
We're used to your teams hitting really good runs of form at this time. That's 2 defeats in 26 now. Do you feel you're in a good place, particularly as you're chasing kind of 4 trophies?
I can read the comments after Nottingham Forest all about you, that everything is over. So, and the 2 changes I did against Leverkusen was a disaster. Harro Gani Presunto is the manager, right? And today, why a brilliant decision I take. So do me a favor, take time. So important. Only I want is players fit and behave like today. It's a final like it was, and yeah. And now Madrid, so only I can do.
He's not wrong. Pep Guardiola there speaking to Adam Bridge in the aftermath of their victory in the FA Cup. Gaz, you're a City fan, aren't you, mate?
Hey, lads, yeah, I tell you what, that was an epic game tonight. That was a good watch, that.
Good game of football, mate, but also a good performance from your lads.
Yeah, well, it was a bit when the team come out, and I'm gonna have to apologise to Savinho because I'm not a lover of him, but he was fantastic tonight. But when you make 10 changes,
yeah,
I mean, he did it in the Champions League.
Leverkusen,
was it Bodo Glint?
Leverkusen is when he made the 10 changes.
Oh, sorry, Leverkusen, yeah. We come unstuck, didn't we? So, Yeah, first 20 minutes, you know what Newcastle's like. It's a cold one, isn't it, when the fans are up. But after that, I mean, that goal he scored, it was funny if Savinio's goal. It's just like, well, it's his knee or something. But I'm just saying. I like the way everyone's going on about Arsenal can do the quad and all that. We're not really getting a mention of it, and I like it that way. I like it where where we're just plodding along.
Stealth, mate. Sneak up on it. Sneak up on that quad. You don't need everybody talking about it now. Just as long as you're talking about it in May.
I was there on Wednesday night, and it was a bit of an hard watch. That, to be truthful, it was
against Forest.
You know them games where you just don't look on it.
Yeah.
And I first, even when we went 2-1 up, I always thought there might have been an equaliser in it. But we've got a game in hand. We've got to play them at home, and for Arsenal to win them all, I'd be shocked.
Not only that, is that you play them in the Carabao Cup final, which is huge. Not only to win
a marker
to win the final. I think if you beat them, that is massive for the league.
Psychological.
Absolutely. That could be not the games that they got coming up.
Forget that it's for the trophy.
Not the games that the Arsenal going to play like Everton and whatever.
Maker.
This one would be determined if they win the league or not. Personally, I think that's how big that game is.
Listen, I've got to be in my bonnet about the VAR being included in round 5 of the FA Cup. I think if you're going to have VAR, it should be in the whole tournament and not just implemented halfway through. I think that's completely unfair, and Wrexham were on the receiving end of that tonight. George, how are you, mate?
How are we doing, lads? I'm all right, to be fair. Surprised. I've had time to calm down. And
what's the thing that annoyed you? What's the thing that's annoyed you?
Well, what you've just said, to be honest. I didn't even know VAR was in today until my granddad sat next to me told me.
Yeah.
Not that it killed it. Obviously, we're not used to it. And never have been. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? But
well, it should be one of them things. George, my point with it is people will come at me, no doubt, and say, well, it is a sending off. Well, he is offside. I don't think it is a sending off. But some people will argue the fact that it is, right? But what my point is that you can't bring a new thing to the way that you officiate the game halfway through a tournament, because there's things that happen in round 4, there's things that happen in round 3 that if they'd have gone to VAR, there would have been a different outcome. You can't change it now just for round number 5.
No, I completely agree with you. And don't get me wrong, I understand why they've gone back for it. I mean, from where we were, I mean, we were right by the tech end and we didn't really see Dobson. From our side, it looked like he's just, do you know what I mean, when you have to take the last man down?
Yeah. That's what he's attempted to do. He's just overcooked it.
It's not a red card. I've seen it. It's not a red card.
No, I'm shocked. Agree. I think any other game, right, where the officials are under so much pressure, because let's be honest, us lot as a crowd tonight were unbelievable. There's so much pressure on the game.
You only got 3 stands as well, man. It's bouncing in there, isn't it? Wait till you get that 4th standing.
Yeah. I know. Even when we had the old derelict cop on the other end, it was still, well, before pre-takeover, it was still loud, and it's just an incredible story. I know obviously we get a lot of bad press, but as like we're still here, and what a season we've had. I mean, I never thought in a million years, 5 years ago, when we had Dagenham away, that we'd be 6th in the Championship. Bloody hell, it's just unbelievable.
Mate, you were better than them. You played better football. You were more You were more threatening. They might have had more possession, but you were more threatening. Every time you went, it wasn't a case of right, we're going to shut up shop, we're going to play a low block, we're going to try and frustrate them and try and do something on free kicks or in corners. Nah, man, you had a go, a proper go. When you went forward, you went forward with purpose.
Exactly, and do you know what it was as well? I saw the lineup come out, and I was very surprised with a few people that came out of it. And you know what? I realised what Parky's mindset has done. He's done it all season. He just wants rats. He wants lads who will run for you for 90, 120 minutes, whatever, constantly. Like, I thought Lewis O'Brien today was unbelievable. Dobson, before he went off, I thought he
was fantastic.
Really well. He was brilliant, and he has been all season. I think honestly, when we went to Southampton, even when we had Southampton away, I remember I phoned in then with my granddad and my uncle in the car, and it was just like, you just had that itch thinking, do you know what? We can do this.
You're a good team. Yeah. You're a good team. Play some good stuff, man. It's not just about...
I think if Dobson stays on the pitch, I think Chelsea are in trouble. If they have 11 men on the pitch.
Going into extra time.
I think Chelsea are in trouble.
Well, Chelsea were in trouble.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. That sending off literally turned it on its head. And
mate, even with 10 men, they still score again to make it 3 apiece, and then it's ruled out for VAR. Like I said, it shouldn't be implemented halfway through a tournament because it's not fair on the previous rounds. 03717 22 33 44. Get in contact with the show.
Has the hiring of Edu destabilised the best season in a generation at Nottingham Forest? And how much responsibility does Evangelos Marinakis have to take for it? We understand that he's been told to stay away from the City ground, pending a termination of his contract at the end of the season. I know that Forest fans will be reluctant to criticise Marinakis, but is this a mess of his own making? Because he had a manager who was very successful, almost took them to the Champions League. He started to interfere, and all of a sudden they ended up dropping down eventually into the Europa League, but then they lost to Nuno Espirito Santo very quickly. So is this got to be on Marinakis' shoulders?
Of course it is. And do you blame Nuno Santo when you've got a sporting director coming in and probably not giving you a say on any players that you're bringing in? What do you expect as a manager? And if you speak to the older generation of managers, they'll say, what? Someone's telling me what players are coming in, and then I'm going to
That
get
is
judged.
the way of the world now, though.
I know,
isn't it?
but then is that fair as a manager? Like we said in previous shows, sporting directors should be coming on and doing press. You're the one bringing in the players. The manager's doing the best they can with these players. They might have wanted 10 other players that you have said no to. Some of the players that they brought in Nottingham Forest, Douglas Luiz on loan didn't work. Zinchenko on loan didn't work. Amari Hutchinson, 37.5 million. Only one Premier League goal in 22 appearances. McAtee, 30 million. Hasn't worked. Ndoye hasn't worked. Bakwa hasn't worked.
Cricket balls are red, baseballs are white, American footballs are brown, and tennis balls are yellow. We don't even think about it really, but the story behind the tennis ball is actually quite interesting, and even involves Sir David Attenborough. I know. Well, here's the tale. Tennis is widely known to be a French sport. It dates back to the 12th century when people used handmade balls, and it was then called tennis, which is the verb to hold in French. And people used some pretty wacky material to make the balls with. Cork, wool, chalk, animal fur, and even human hair. A few centuries on, Germany got dead into the tennis too, but wanted to make a few modifications to the ball to make it a bit more effective. Around this time, an American chemist had just created something called vulcanized rubber. Out of that, people started developing air-filled rubber balls, which were properly bouncy, but either red or grey in colour. These were manufactured in Melton Mowbray. That's right, the home of the pork pie. One problem, the balls kept on breaking on impact with the racket. The call of new balls please seemingly coming over every other point. Step forward English lawyer and tennis enthusiast John Moyer Heathcote, who suggested balls be covered in flannel to stop them from degrading, and thus the modern-day tennis ball was born. But these were white or black, so how did they become yellow? Well, in 1967, the controller of BBC Two, one Sir David Attenborough, decided the corporation should show Wimbledon on colour TV. He got his wish, and it was wide into people's homes across the country. The only sticking point, the white balls were nearly impossible to see on the screen. So the International Tennis Federation, sensing an opportunity, started developing a new ball that would be visible even without the need for 4K LED displays. Not that anyone had that in the late 60s. After rigorous testing, they came up with the colour optic yellow and decided
It's the Sports Bar Weekender on talkSPORT. I'm Adam Catterall. Jermaine Pennant is alongside me. The phone lines are open. This is your show as much as it is ours. Get stuck into it. 03717 223344. What do you reckon about bringing VAR into the fifth round of the FA Cup? Not for me. Not for me. The FA Cup is magic. It's a beautiful, beautiful tournament. Third round, fourth round, absolute mustard. It's just left a little bit of bitter taste in the mouth. All right, you might argue that the right decisions in the end will come to. But come on. Where's the magic? 03717 223344. Get in contact with the show.
John, I think it should be like the Carabao Cup. If you're going to do it, only in the semi-final.
Why? Not at all.
No?
I don't think any round. Imagine, right?
Yeah,
if you say only semi-final, let's say quarter-final, something happens, referee misses something, gets something wrong, but the beauty of the game, it goes through and someone goes through, but if it would have been VAR, they'd have been ruled out. Then they go into the semi-final, and then something happens, and then they don't progress. You can make those arguments by backdating then, can't you? I reckon.
Fair enough.
Do not bring VAR into the competition halfway through. It's either all in from the start, every round, every match, or jog on. It used to wind me up when they were going, yeah, VAR's at this ground, but it's not at this ground. Yeah. Same round. We're in the same round. Yeah, we're doing it at this one because we've got the cameras at this one, but we haven't got the cameras at this one. What are you doing? It's not the same game. It's not the same rules for everybody. Just trust the person in the middle and the people on the sidelines with the flags in their hands to referee the game, officiate the game. If they get stuff wrong, they get stuff wrong. That's the beauty of the FA Cup.
That is the beauty of the FA Cup.
Tonight, the on-field decision was a yellow card. Move on with the game.
But they've brought it in and they've got it wrong.
Well, I think they've got it wrong.
I think they've got it wrong.
But the guy that sat at Stockley Park thought that it was a sending off.
But they always get it wrong.
Yeah. Yes. Right. I know. But what I'm saying is that the on-field decision, in the moment, the referee's feeling the heat of the match, the heat of that particular incident, goes yellow card. Let's get cracking on with the game. Yeah.
Honestly, these people at Stockley Park,
and the goal to make it 3 apiece. Wow. The magic goal where we're in the depths of the game. The team that have now got 10 men have just scored. Now we're going to rule that off. Why? Because his shoelace is offside. Come on, lads.
No, that red's just why I mean.
Right. 03717 223344.
Poor Wrexham.
Poor everybody. Spoils the game for everybody. We've had a great day. There's been great games. Mansfield, great. We Arsenal earlier on. Then obviously that one, Wrexham and Chelsea, great game. And obviously the final day of the game. There'll be more tomorrow. There'll be more great moments tomorrow because it's brilliant. The FA Cup is brilliant. But VAR will have its say. There's no doubt about it. Richard, how are you, mate?
How are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Now, boys, going back to the point with Arne Slot, I don't agree that he should be sacked.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm not asking him for him to be sacked.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not asking him for him to be sacked. I'm saying if
End
he
of the
doesn't,
season,
if he doesn't
move on,
finish, if he doesn't finish, get certain accolades, as in Champions League football, then he will be sacked. I'm not asking for anyone to be sacked, but I'm saying he will be.
Yeah, he will be if he doesn't get results. But playing Slobodza at right back. I mean, I just don't understand that at all.
What's the other option, Rich? Rich, what's the other option? What could he do?
Well, he could play. He could play Curtis Jones there. He could play Frimbom there. He could play. Well, there's a lot more options, but I'm just saying, like, basically for tonight's game, for instance, I mean, you could have played Curtis Jones at right back. You could have played Slobodza in the position that Curtis Jones has played. And
maybe he thinks that Szoboszlai is the most disciplined out of those options in order to play in that position.
No, because I just think he should be playing more far forward. He shouldn't be playing so far back.
So what you're saying is that by taking him out of midfield, you're losing something out of the game, and it's not being compensated with him playing at right back.
Definitely. That's
kind of the point that you were making at the start of the show, isn't it?
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's the point that you were making at the start of the show, wasn't it? But then if you do then playing further forward, right, so therefore you can have more of an influence in the attacking half of the pitch, and you play, let's say it's Curtis Jones, who might not be a disciplined right back. We know that Frimpong's not. Frimpong wants to be flying up the pitch, yeah? You might be then susceptible down that left-hand side, or right back side, should I say, to people attacking you.
No, because Curtis Jones has played right back multiple times, and he's done a good job. It's not like he's never played. Slot or Klopp has never played him there. Okay. He's played there. And he's done a good job.
Do you need a right back in the summer?
I don't know what we need.
You're giving up, lad. Paul, how are you, mate?
Not bad, chaps. Yourselves?
Yeah, good, man. Saturday night, innit? Come on, pal. What do you want to talk about?
I'm working till midnight, so it's not exactly Saturday night out.
Same, mate. Same. Don't you worry. We've got you, pal.
We're all together, innit?
We've got you.
We've got each other. I just want to talk about obviously what's considered success for Liverpool this year.
Yeah, go on.
Obviously, like to me, it's got to be either a FA Cup or Champions League. I don't think Champions League qualification is really a success. It's expected, you know. I think what's not helped is the fact that obviously the summer was a big sort of overhaul of transfers, and obviously losing Jota the way we did. You know, there was a lot of obviously the circus with Isak as well went on, which I don't think helped things as well.
Paul, what happens? The things that you've just said there that you would class as success for this season. What happens if they don't happen?
Oh, I don't know. I think in this day and age, we've got to look at maybe what other managers are out there, because you know it's that we're in that game now where there's so much money involved in all these competitions. Obviously, Arsenal building this project the last few years. Obviously, Man City just got a blank checkbook anyway. So everyone's obviously going to be getting. Obviously, United are getting better with obviously Carrick in charge. So yeah, we've got to basically. I think we got to react. We got to basically preempt, you know, and obviously be proactive rather than reactive. You know.
Okay.
It's just a case of who's out there on, you know, player wise and obviously coach wise. Obviously, I'm not one to, you know, we're not been one for sacking managers left, right, and centre. Thank God, like a blue team in West London. But yeah, I think it's a case of finding the right person for the players, you know, as well.
Okay, then. Yeah. So he doesn't. He gets Champions League football. Liverpool get Champions League football, but they don't win any silverware. Xavi Alonso is available, which I think, if I'm correct, that he was actually first choice, but then he went to Madrid and then they looked at and got Arnie. Would you be happy with Xavi Alonso?
Well, he's got. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I know he won the Bundesliga, didn't he, with
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen. And obviously,
it hasn't gone that well really at Real Madrid, though, has it?
No, but then again, that's like Thomas Frank going from Brentford to doing a great job at Brentford, obviously into the frying pan at Tottenham. So it's obviously like, you know, these sort of career changes.
But how did he not do a good job at Real Madrid? He had the best win ratio of every manager that's been in the last 10 years. He was only 4 points off Real Madrid. It was in the last 8. Yeah.
I think it's the egos that he's obviously having to deal with sometimes in the.
It was the players who got him the sack. Like I said, he's a coach, a manager.
You want him, don't you? You want him.
Huh?
You want him.
I would like him there. Real Madrid don't need people to coach them. They need people just to let them be where he was trying to coach them.
I think for them, obviously it's a players sort of take the reins and they do what they do, and they don't really need a coach to tell them how to do things.
Yeah.
Because obviously, they're obviously like natural born gifted talents. Whereas I think with Klopp, when you look at the team he started when he joined Liverpool, you wouldn't have you wouldn't have many of them in many first teams. Looking back at the old names on the team sheet. But obviously, what Klopp did, he was obviously a man manager. He was his personality, his character with the media, which I think fed through to the players in the changing room over the years and stuff. And obviously, then he built his squad over recent years. Sort of through the spine, Alisson and then Van Dijk, and then building from there.
So you're saying that you want him?
Sorry?
Are you saying that you want him, Alonso?
I wouldn't say no. Obviously, like I say, he's proven. He's like, but again, Slot won. Didn't I think Slot won a Dutch league, didn't he?
You're very diplomatic. Is there anybody else other than Alonso that you would fancy?
Oh God, now you're asking. I don't know.
Or would you be prepared to continue on a slot into next?
That's a good question. Are you happy right now with Arne Slot and the way Liverpool are playing football?
No. I think obviously we've gone. I think we've gone from obviously a great, to win the title. Obviously we had all those years of not winning the title, and obviously Klopp won it with us, etc. Not on the European Cup, and then obviously Slot won it last year. And I guess in a way it was sort of given to us in the sense sometimes, because obviously there wasn't anyone really sort of close to us towards the end. I think some of the teams have fallen away, whereas obviously this year we're so far behind. And go back to the point, I sorely missed Diaz and Nunes. I know Nunes wasn't the greatest goal scorer in the world, and he probably missed easy sitters. But obviously he was like a Firmino back in the day. Like he'd always be trying. He'd always be linking up the play. He'd be trying to get back and defend. Whereas I think now, and obviously we've got aging players as well, so that's another thing to think about in the summer.
Nunes was definitely not like Firmino. I'll tell you that.
No, he was a pest. He was a pest.
He was a.
Firmino was a quality.
He caused chaos. Yeah. Nunes caused chaos.
Firmino was quality though.
He would hunt down defenders, not giving them a minute. It was that on the pressing front, but I won't put him in the same league as Firmino.
Keep your calls coming. 03717 223344. I can see a few people wanting to talk about Wrexham and VAR and all that type of stuff. So we'll get you on the radio next.
So it makes it more interesting, I think, Simon, for fans of other clubs. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
If it was all to finish today and this was in operation now,
you'd go way down to 17th of Norwich in the league and a chance to get into the 8th spot. That's what you do.
Right.
You take 60. You take
it opens up. Yeah.
You take 66% of the league as it sits now. 18 clubs in this league could have a reasonable shout to make a claim for getting 8th spot, because there's 11 games to go in the conventional season. There's 6 points between Derby in 8th and Norwich in 17th.
Right.
And those games, and when you get running at the business end of a season, it really does change the dynamics of how people play. All of a sudden, you've got 66% of the league having something involved, then you've got the other 25%, or 35%, sorry, sort of going to the Gabby Bongle arithmetic school, the other 34%, which would be fighting for not staying in the division. So you've got constant jeopardy in a league, which actually reminded me when I was over in America looking at the MLS and how they construct their leagues and how many teams get an opportunity to play in their playoffs and participate in outcomes for themselves. They have something like 60 or 70% of the teams in a league any given season that could feature in a playoff scenario.
Right.
So it's all
Does
about...
it affect the quality? There's a message coming through there. You're telling me that 8th could end up going to the Premier League. Surely, that
gonna have
ain't
to
good in terms of the quality of the club that's going to go up.
There's nip and tuck. More often than not, when you finish 6th in the league, and we went up as a team that finished 6th, there was the points total. I think West Ham finished behind us and Wigan finished behind us in the league, and they were like a point difference. So tell me there's a point difference between 6th and 8th. Pack it in.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
Listen up, F1 fans. We're sending 2 of you to the British Grand Prix on Sunday the 5th of July. You can win full racing green trackside experience. It's the ultimate British Grand Prix experience. Complete on us. Head to talksport.com/win to enter. Let's get back to the phone lines, shall we? 03717 223344. William, how are you, mate?
How's it going, lads? How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Saturday night, what's going on with the rest of your weekend?
Oh, just enjoying the peace and quiet.
Mate, nothing wrong with that, pal. If you can get some peace and quiet, mate, you've cracked it.
Exactly. They call it Sunday for the day of rest for a reason.
Good lad. You enjoy it, mate. You enjoy it. Who's your team?
It is the Chelsea Blues.
Well, you're through to the next stages. You're through to the next stage. What did you make of it all against Wrexham?
I just want to say, don't take anything away from Wrexham. I think they did extremely well against us tonight, and we are having a very inconsistent season, and I do feel slightly sorry for them because they are such a likeable club, and I think the owners and the way that they've set it up has been brilliant. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy with Chelsea and the owners at the moment, and the way they're running it, so it is what it is. But I think it was a good game. FA Cup, unpredictable. You can't predict the FA Cup. I think it's one of the most exciting cups that you could ever be in. It's a good opportunity for some of the younger lads to come through, and some of them, to be honest, we got so many players, I'm just not sure some of them who they were. There were some of the younger lads. So it was nice to see. I think Josh had a really, really good game. And I think the VAR, I'm agreeing with you guys that I think let's try and let the referees, have their game and let them make the decision, unless it's an absolute howler where you're like, yeah, it's absolute dangerous play. Like I saw the tackle, like, yes, it's a little bit high. Yes, he was lunging in, but it's extra time. They're already like tired. They're trying to get a goal back. Like just let it play it out. I gotta be honest in that. Like it's harsh. It is possibly a red, but I wouldn't have said it during the game. Watching it, I was like, yeah, fair enough. It's a strong yellow. I've seen challenges in the Premier League from the past. It's a crucial time at the end of the season. You would see that as yellow, and you'd be like, yeah, you're just trying to stop the play, trying to stop them coming at you to try and score a goal.
Mate, I completely agree, man.
I just find it hard to see where he made contact.
He clips his shin pad, mate.
Yeah, but
it's not a red card.
Again, if you clip someone's shin pad, that's not excessive force. It's not like he's going across him.
Slow-mo always makes things look worse. Always makes things look worse.
Yeah,
Listen,
it does.
I agree with what Williams...
It's a yellow card, yeah. It's a booking, it's a foul, it's a yellow card. But for red, that's...
Williams nailed it. He nailed it there, right? At the end of the day, just let the referees referee it. It's that competition in particular. Just let them referee it. Let them get on with it all the way through. Like I said, you can't implement it now in the 5th round when it wasn't in the 4th or the 3rd round. What did you make of some individual performances tonight, William? Because I've been making that comparison with some of the Man City lads that are on the fringes that got an opportunity tonight and kind of shone and have given their manager a bit of a headache going into the Champions League game midweek. Some of your lads got an opportunity, and I thought some of them in that first half didn't turn up.
Yeah, again, lads, it's that inconsistency. We got so many players of this potential, like this potential project, this potential, this and that. It's hard to see when you're looking at. Obviously, we've had with Abramovich so many years of success and set expectations, and now they're like. The problem I think that I have, as well as other fans, is that you want these guys to do well and you want to get behind them, but in the back of our heads, like a bit like Gallagher, who is one of my favourites, and that he played really well, stayed fit, played the whole season, was one of our only fittest lads throughout the whole season. And then because of financial fair play rules, they're going to be sold. So you get all that time behind them. You want them to do well and represent your club and play well and stay for a while. But realistically, in the back of your head, they could be sold at any point. Like no one in any squad is like to say like is unaffordable or that. Like it's going to make it difficult, but there is a price for everything. Where let's take for example the Italian league, like Inter or Napoli or something like that. Their best players. If someone comes in for your best player for 100 million euros and you're struggling with the books, you're going to take 100 million euros like the Lukaku did. Perfect example. And you're not going to turn it down even though you had a really good season, because on the books you need to balance them out. I think that's the biggest problem that I have getting behind these lads. But back to the performances inside, I think Josh is a real good talent, and I think he could even potentially start in that centre-back role. To be honest, he's really, really solid, really good on the ball, really impressive. I think it was good to see Latvia. It's whether or not he can stay fit. That's his biggest problem with Latvia. There's no doubt about his capabilities of playing on the ball. He's very similar to Caicedo, almost better with passing ratio apparently, but he just needs to stay fit. So if he can stay fit and they can manage the player better, with the medical team of how much football we can play and just try and have a solid season of very little outs, that would be great. And said some of the young lads who I haven't really heard before said again, they haven't played regular team football. So are my expectations, are they going to come out ball blazing? It would be nice if they could, but it's almost like in the back of your head, you're not really going to see that all the time. It's a big occasion. It's the 5th round of the FA Cup. It's for Wrexham, it's a huge game. It's actually very good for them for being at home from a financial standpoint, for them to continue growing. But for us, and it's a good opportunity for our young lads, and of getting that good experience of a real competition of you might not get into the Champions League squad for a few years, or you may not get in at all because you might be sold before then or on loan. So it's a real good opportunity of that pressure and away fans as well, shouting and trying to distract you, trying to think and that. So yeah, some of the lads will have taken that experience on tonight, but I want to see in that Chelsea team, especially, I think the goalkeeping position, again, we've got...
He's kamikaze him, isn't he? He's absolutely wow goalkeeper. They definitely need a new goalkeeper, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Every time I watch...
I'm like, oh my, on the edge, see, is he going to make a mistake?
Mate, he's got something in him every single game.
Is the ball going to go through his foot? Is he going to pass it to an attacker?
Isaac, what do you think, mate?
Hi, guys. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Good, Isaac. Go on. What do you want to say?
I wanted to talk about Chelsea, but I want to talk about Jermaine Pennant. Seriously.
Go on.
Jamie.
Go on.
Jamie. In fact, the two of you guys. Adam,
Jamie?
Yeah, you saying VAR is to be blamed for the game today. I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't think we played well. We the rate of backward passing drives me nuts all the time.
Yeah.
But let's reason. Before any competition starts, the rules is set, right?
Right. You don't have to agree with them.
Every club will either vote or they just have to agree either by hook or crook, right? And then, but so you can't blame VAR for ruining the game today because VAR fault.
Yeah, I can.
It's a competition.
I absolutely can. Listen, no. Listen, what I'm saying is, I have no problem with VAR being used in the FA Cup, but use it in every single round. Don't just bring it in halfway through.
But no, your first statement was that VAR is to be blamed.
No, my first statement was do not bring VAR into the competition halfway through the competition. That was the first thing I said.
And then you went ahead to say VAR to be there. I totally agree with you. If you want to play a competition, it should be the same rule throughout.
Correct. That's exactly what I said.
But it's not VAR fault, you know. And then Jamie Pennant is driving me nuts.
Why? What have I done?
Jamie Pennant is driving me nuts.
Well, hang on a minute. You just accused me of saying something that I haven't said.
Who's Jamie as well? Who's Jamie Pennant?
Adam, I'm finished with you. I'm moving to Jamie right now.
Who's Jamie Pennant?
Jamie's talking to you.
Who's Jamie Pennant?
Jamie Pennant.
Jamie or Jermaine? Which one?
I'm coming for your name. My name is Isaac. Jamie.
Isaac.
You said you guys always have a way of like changing your statement. Before, when you first said, "Oh, Anslot, he should be fired," and then you said, I think he will be fired. What are you talking about? If you make a statement like he would be fired, that means you have an inside information into the workings of Liverpool.
Yeah, Jamie, go on.
What are you talking about? I says if it doesn't finish,
I like Isaac.
If he doesn't finish
Isaac's
in
good.
the Champions League, he will get fired, and everybody would think he needs to be fired. And I would say, yeah, we'll get the sack.
Isaac, you just come for a wind-up tonight, aren't you?
If he doesn't finish 6, so what's your point,
No,
Isaac?
not winding up. Just you guys are getting on my nerves. Jamie, last week, Jamie was saying something about...
Who's Jamie? Who is it?
Van Dijk being better than John Terry. Like, seriously?
You're a Chelsea fan. You're not going to agree with that anyway.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Because I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Well, there you go. It's a disappointment argument.
Listen to me.
Okay,
I'm not a
Isaac.
Liverpool fan.
Yep.
Liverpool manager, regardless of the players he had, regardless of the system he had, whether it was his own system, whether he borrowed the system from Klopp, he won the Premier League in his first season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He won it.
So does that give you the freedom to be back?
The Alonso that you are craving for won the Bundesliga in was it second season or third season, and he has not won the Premier League yet.
Right.
And you are cramming for him to come and replace a manager that has won the Premier League. No, that doesn't make sense.
So
if like, how does that make sense?
Because if he does
you
not,
guys are sitting down talking about Arnold Slot and Arnold Slot, and when you guys were talking about Newcastle, you guys were being very nice and polite.
Right.
But why is that? What's the difference?
What do you mean?
Newcastle is having a poor, terrible season. If you look at Newcastle team, their first 11 can compete with any team in the league.
Right.
The difference is a poor manager, a very defensive, reactive manager. That's why Newcastle is here.
How are we jumping from about 16 different subjects all at once here?
And 16 different teams.
Because I've listened to you guys just go over.
Yeah, but we've already established that you haven't listened properly because you just accused me of saying something that I never actually said.
But you said it, Adam. Go rewind and listen to yourself first.
Mate, I know what I said. I was here. It came out of my mouth. I know what I said.
And I know what I said.
Adam.
Yes.
You want to put a bet? You want to put a bet with me?
I will, mate. I will absolutely put the bet on with you. I know exactly what I said. I said that VAR should not come into the FA Cup halfway through the competition. That is what I said.
And I said if it doesn't finish in the top 6, Arne Slot will get sacked. I don't know what Jamie said.
I'm not disputing with that. You said that afterward, but the very first statement you made.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you didn't say that. The very first statement you made was VAR is to be blamed.
For what?
And I'm sitting down here asking myself.
To blame for what, though, Isaac?
Blame for what?
Blame for what?
For ruining the Chelsea game. Chelsea didn't even deserve to win. Come on, man. Chelsea is my team. Listen, let me
Right, listen. Like, Isaac, I'll ask you a very, very basic now, right? Did you watch the game, the Wrexham-Chelsea game?
I did.
Right, okay. Did VAR affect that game?
Yes, he did. Yeah, absolutely.
So what argument are you making with me?
No, VAR did not, because the calls were right.
No. Listen, VAR has only been implemented into the 5th round, right? It wasn't in the 4th round, wasn't in the 3rd round, okay?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Right.
VAR was used in the 5th round. It was used in the Wrexham-Chelsea game. Did VAR affect that game?
Yes, he did.
So I was right.
The point is, you can't blame VAR because VAR, the calls were right.
Yeah, but I've just said that it affected the game.
What he's trying to say is if there's no VAR, he's not getting sent off. If there's no VAR, the goal stands.
No, not even that. If this is the 4th round, he doesn't get sent off. If this is the 4th round, the goal stands.
So it affects the game.
That's correct. That's correct. If VAR was not there, Chelsea would have rightly lost the game because we were pathetic.
Right.
We were pathetic in that game.
Right. So I was right.
Who's Jamie?
The first statement you made, you were not right. You said VAR to be blamed. I keep going back to that.
No. Listen.
So you're going to put a bet? If you're going to put a bet that you said that, are you going to put a bet?
What we betting?
Because I sat down here and I listened to you.
What we betting?
Jamie wants to bet.
The bet is, if I win, you're going to put Chelsea jersey every day.
Isaac, you're a joker. I'm out of here. See?
Who's Jamie, though?
I like Isaac. Make sure he rings every week. I love him. Brilliant call. 03717 22 3344. Keep them coming.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The football club. It's unbelievable. The people in charge of this football club. One of the biggest clubs in the world. And an absolute mockery. We're a mockery of a football club that we've allowed this to happen.
Are you going down?
And the fans have had to accept
You're going down.
Chase, shut up. Don't ask me again. Seriously. Like, I'm trying to do a show here. I'm trying to have a say. And you're going to sit there and just try and mug me off for 2 hours. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it.
That's a question. No problem with me. It's not my fault you got beat tonight, is it? I wasn't playing centre half.
It's so bad.
There's no point up, Dave. Don't have a pop at me, mate. Right?
I'll have a pop at you if you're trying to mug me off.
No, I'm not mugging you off. I'm asking. It's a simple question. Are you going down? Are you?
I can't do 2 hours with you, Jace, if you're just going to be an idiot. I mean, how can I take you seriously? You've got an Ange mask on and a clown mask.
What about 3 hours?
I can't do 2 hours of calls with you. I can't do it. Just please.
It's not my fault. You're rubbish.
Please, for me, don't ask me that question again. All right, just because.
What question?
All right, look. I want to hear from Spurs fans. It's obviously a shocking night. I'm genuinely crestfallen. Genuinely crestfallen. It's the worst I've ever felt.
Do you think you're going down? No, it's a different question this time.
Well, how's it a different question?
I said, are you going down? Or do you think you're going down? Do you think you're going down?
How good's radio? It's great, isn't it? This is what I love about this particular programme. Is that we can sit here, we can have our opinions, we can say what we say about various football matches and what have you. But it's nothing without you. Getting on your phone, ringing us and having a crack, man. And just...
And making no points.
Yeah, but I kind of like it when you make an argument up and just have it. It's fun. I kind of like navigating that. Do you know, like when... Hang on, did I say that? Because you second-guess yourself a little bit.
Yeah. The thing is the Chelsea fan, he went from Chelsea to
I love it,
Liverpool,
Isaac.
to
More of that.
Newcastle,
More of it. More of it.
to VAR,
Yeah, more of
to
it.
Jamie.
I'm a big fan of that.
Brilliant.
03717 223344. Who've we got here? We got Alex. How are you, mate? You good?
Hiya, boys. How's it going?
Yeah, ticking over, Al. What's going on with your weekend, mate?
Oh, mate, I'm living a dream. Just finished a boxing show and I'm driving down to Guildford.
Which one have you been at?
I'm just a local amateur coach, so I just coach every weekend, mate.
How did you?
Every single weekend.
Lad, boys and girls, or just lads? What you coaching?
We had a 50 bout who won a very, very close decision, probably a bit too close for my liking, but we'll take it.
Okay.
And then Karma came back because we had a senior who lost another close decision, so you can't win them all. One win, one loss, 2 splits, close fights. That's what we're looking for, innit?
Keep up the good work, man. Love that. Love that. Anyway, what do you want to talk to me about, man? Let's go for it.
I'm just here to put my 2 pence in about VAR. I don't know if I'm oversimplifying it, but I really don't get it, because I think we've taken all the power away from the referee, and every time there's a controversial incident, what I don't get is why we don't put it on that TV just by the halfway line and the referee makes the decision. Of course, referees will miss moments in play, or sometimes they will see it, and with a different angle, they'll think differently upon it. Give them all the angles they like. Give them 2 minutes, but the referee is the only person who sees it, and he's the only person that makes the decision. There's no hiding away from the decisions that way. There's no controversy. You've got whoever it is in the middle there making the decision, and if they feel it's necessary, they can go and review their own decision with a reviewed decision. I can't see how that isn't the most simple way to go about it.
You're talking now in general. Right, okay. I agree, mate. Yeah. I agree. I think it should. The thing is, though, the person in the middle won't necessarily... If they've made an original call, they've not made... VAR is supposed to be there for clear and obvious errors, yeah? So, therefore, you kind of need an external person to highlight the clear and obvious error that the person in the middle, or the lines persons, or whoever they are, have made that mistake.
But my question is, if the angles are there, you have people who've decided which angles the referee needs to see. Surely that is then filtering through.
But who highlights that?
Error.
Who highlights that?
You do have an upstairs, but they don't have any decision making. All they do is they put forward more information for the referee to then make.
But that's what they're doing now. That's exactly what they're doing now. They say to the referee, they don't tell the referee to make a decision. They go to the referee and say, ref or whatever.
I think you've missed something.
You might have missed something. Go to look at the monitor and we have a look at this, and you make your decision based on this. And then most 99.9% of the time, they see some form of infringement, and then they will change their decision.
Well, they see it slowed down
to a goal, or
they've had doubt put in their mind.
Red card, to a foul, to whatever. But I think it's the people in Stockley Park, it's the people calling the shots to say have another look. They are just miles off it. They are miles off it. And then when the referee's going, that's putting doubt in the referee's mind. Like, oh, I've missed something here. Automatically, he's going to that screen and goes, yeah, I've missed something.
Cameron, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. How are you guys?
Yeah, good, man. Thanks for giving us a ring on a Saturday night, pal. What's going on?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, mate. Just out with the lads. I just put some food, mate. Just wanted to discuss the VAR situation.
Well, before you do that, man, most important thing, what food did you go for?
Just for some curry, mate.
Oh, yeah? Oh. What was the curry of choice tonight?
What's the dish?
It was a curry chicken, mate. It was a curry chicken.
Oh, right, okay. What sundries did you go for? Did you go for rice, bit of naan, chapatis? What did you go for?
Bit of naan, mate. Bit of naan bread.
Wait. Is it plain? Peshwari? Garlic, cheese?
Peshwari, mate. It has to be Peshwari.
Oh, he likes a bit sweet. Likes a bit sweet as well, lad.
Yeah. Cheese naan for me.
Cheese naan?
Yes.
Go on, Cam. What do you want to talk about, mate? Go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to discuss the VAR situation. I'm totally in total agreement. It shouldn't be involved in round 5. If you're going to include it, you include it from the start or you just fully exclude it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, teams like Wrexham, if VAR wasn't included, they would have probably been in the next round. We don't know. But the situation, I just think, the guys out in Stockley Park as well, I think there should be ex-professional footballers that are in there, because to me, it looks like there's some PE teachers in there that just don't understand football. When it comes to decisions, obviously, when you look at our replay, they can keep going back, it delays the game. But as an ex-football player, I think they'll have more understanding of how it would be if they was on the pitch at that time.
It's an interesting point, that. I was speaking to somebody about that this week. I think we're at that point now where people that have played the game or had experience of the game at the very, very highest level have to be involved in this particular.
Well, I wouldn't even say that the highest level. You just know if you've played football. Everyone who's played football understands when you slide, when you do a tackle, you do something, when you jump, what you use your body for, how you use your body. You don't have to be an elite world-class player to know that when you jump for an header, your arm may go in. When you slide down, your trailing arm will be in a certain.
But here's the problem, right? What VAR is doing, it is sucking out the emotion of the game. So what they've done, right, we've implemented this technology. This technology has to work. So what we're going to do now is start to rewrite some of the rules in order to make it very easy for people to make emotionless decisions based on the images that VAR creates for them. So there's a person that sat in Stockley Park and they're watching a television screen and they go, oh, that looks like excessive force and that's high up.
It needs someone who just played the game, just played football. The guys in Stockley Park...
but they're rewriting the rules to fit VAR is what they're doing.
But I'm guessing if you ask those guys in Stockley Park, have you ever played football? They'll probably go, nah.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, for that challenge today, you've looked at it straight away and gone, that's not sending off.
Yeah.
The only... In the television broadcast today, Wayne Rooney was part of the broadcast, and I was delighted that he was there, because he then said straight away, it's not sending off for me, that.
Yeah.
Right? But that's a player who's played. He understands it. Yeah. He played with all these are 100% every single time. He understands what a challenge is and all that. But there's plenty that I've listened to today that have gone, well, by the rules of the game, that is this, that can be interpreted as this, and that is a sending off.
Who said what? Ex-players have said that by the rules of the game?
Yeah. Because of the way that the rules have now been changed in order to fit what we are refereeing through VAR. Whereas Wayne Rooney, who's played it, done it, got the T-shirt, he understands. It's not a sending off, man.
If that's a sending off, then I'd have had people sent off every week. I used to get a chat on a regular basis. It wasn't really crazy dangerous.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Anyway. 03717 223344. Keep your calls coming in. We've got about 15 minutes left.
I've got lots of Tottenham mates, and man, they're devastated. They can't watch. They said I couldn't watch it last night. I'm not going to watch it. I can't watch it.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're getting to a stage where they're so nervous about going down, which I thought about 3 weeks ago. Oh, they'd be fine.
So did I, mate.
Now, with what I've seen from Forest, what I've seen from West Ham, they're banging it.
Right, I'm the same as you, mate, and I bet
Leeds will be looking. Leeds have got to be careful.
Looking over their shoulder as well.
Leeds have got.
Solomon at Sunderland.
We said, they've got Wolves at home now, but Wolves,
they've picked up.
They're flying.
I was they played well against Liverpool.
Unbelievable. And they've got playing tonight. You're doing the game tonight.
FA Cup, I'm out for FA Cup, mate.
Well, if like fans of most other clubs you enjoy what's happening at Spurs right now and you tune into the sports bar, then last night by all accounts was unmissable. I did hear a little bit of it, by the way. Jason was officially playing Keep Me Up with Jamie. It's a simple question. Are you going down?
Yes.
We are the only team in the Premier League ever to bring in a new manager, to get a new manager bounce, and we get a worse bounce.
Okay, you get a new manager trounce, not bounce.
Like, I'm trying to do a show here, I'm trying to have a say, and you're going to sit there and just try and mug me off for 2 hours. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it.
To dare is to poo.
I'd actually take Big Ange.
Not a
It's got
clown.
to that point. I would
Just who we
actually
are.
take Big Ange. I could do a better job. He's embarrassment. An embarrassment.
You're going down. No, seriously, last time. You're going down.
Shut up! Don't ask me again.
Realistically, Ali, realistically, he could be Tottenham Lincoln next year.
Saturday night on the radio. We are streaming on the talkSPORT YouTube channel as well. You can see Mr. Pennant enjoying himself to a couple of tunes here. Is this what you're going to be doing on your holidays this week? Is that
Beach club in Maldives.
Serious vibes. You are listening to talkSPORT. It's Saturday night. It's the Sports Bar Weekender. Harry, how are you, mate? You good?
You're right.
Yes, we're all good, Harry, mate. What do you want to talk about, buddy?
So it's just on the point of getting ex-players in at Stockley Park.
Go on.
I think that might lead to a bit more confusion because I think an attacker's perspective is different to a defender's.
Yes.
And I think there might be the risk of having too many cooks in the kitchen throwing opinions around, really.
Very good. That's a very valid point.
I get what you're saying, but
It's a very valid point. Like
if
a goalkeeper has a completely different opinion to a penalty incident than a centre forward.
I don't know about that.
So, for example, I personally thought it was a penalty in the Man City game.
So do I.
The Haaland one I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I think that's a penalty.
Yep, so do I.
Referee might, the goalkeeper. If it's a goalkeeper that's in there, he might have a different opinion.
I think you got to be honest though. If you're in a goalkeeper,
he's left his foot in. No, it's not a real one.
Yeah, you
It's a
can't.
penalty.
Unfortunately, you can't. You can't come sliding out like that and.
Harry does have a point. People,
no, I
people
get
play different positions and different.
I get his
perspectives of the
point,
game.
but then you got to maybe it's got to be for just the simple things then.
Like what?
Like for example, that tackle, the
Today.
red card. Yeah, a player would go, defender would go, absolutely not, red card. A midfielder would go, it's not a red card. An attacker would go, no, that's not a red card.
Yeah, but you're judging it on your experiences within the game.
No.
Yeah.
I'm experienced as in is a contact sport.
Yes.
And the rules says dangerous or if you're going about in excessive force.
Yes, which he was. So if to the letter of the law, he was. You can interpret that he was using excessive force. The foot was high. He does clip him very slightly.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
So you can interpret all those things. It ticks every single box in the rule book. So now it's a sending off.
Clipping someone is not a sending off.
I know that. You know that. Most fans know that. But the rule book states.
It doesn't say clip. It doesn't say if you clip someone, you get a send off of excessive.
Has he touched him halfway up his leg? Has he touched him halfway up his leg with his foot miles off the ground and is he using excessive force? Is he out of control? All those things can be. You can say yes to all those
if
things.
If that's the case, then why did not? Oh, he got sent off at the weekend. He came off injured. Crystal Palace. Souza took out Muniz. Took him out. Feet high. Took him around his thigh. Yellow card. Excessive force.
Interpretation, mate. Different interpretations within the yard, within the ring.
It's just shambles.
Can we just do away with it?
Yeah, just get rid of it. Forget it.
Jamie, I'll tell you what, we'll finish up with Jamie. Jamie, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, boys. How are you both?
Good, man.
Who's Jamie?
Eh? That was you. That was you
I'm the
before.
Jamie Isaac's talking about.
This is the
that's
right.
a Jamie.
He knew you were coming.
Here you go. There's a Jamie out there.
Go on, Jay.
I'm a Jamie, yeah. Just want to call up just to speak about VAR, obviously what you've been talking about. I think the reason why they don't have it is because there's too many grounds without it in the fourth round.
Yeah.
And in the fifth round, there's not so many grounds. Most of them will be Premier League grounds that are playing at home, let's say.
Yeah.
So you had two today, Mansfield, Wrexham. They have to pay to put that system in.
Yeah.
The money's not great in the FA Cup. So maybe that's the case why it's not in.
Mate, it's 100%. It's 100%. You've nailed it. It's 100% financial. That's the reason why it isn't in round three and four.
So, and also talking about when Jermaine used to play before, when he played for a good team before he went off to Liverpool. He played for Arsenal. Brilliant player. And he would play at a time when you could tackle. Now it's a different time, and as much as I don't like saying it, it is. So when you're saying, that is by the letter of the law, when Rooney played, he only finished not long ago, but when Rooney played, that was right. You can make a tackle. Tony Adams could make a tackle. Keown could make a tackle.
He's not wrong, Jay. He's not wrong, is he? He's see what I mean? The implementation of VAR has changed the wording of the rules in the book, and that's why we get this.
I just don't know why they've changed the game so much.
Because of VAR.
Yeah,
they brought it in, and now